Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Scott and you're watching Exploring Attractions, and if you're new here, please subscribe down below with those bell notifications on, and if you enjoy the video that you watch at the end, please leave it a like because it helps out the channel a whole lot. And as always, you can check out all of our social media down below in the description. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about Halloween Horror Nights 2023 at Universal Studios Hollywood. And before we get into all that juicy stuff, I just want to say everything that we talk about, other than the stuff that Universal has confirmed themselves, is all just speculation and rumors. I want to preference that, so take everything that you hear today with a grain of salt. It's solely speculation and rumors until, of course, like I said, Universal confirms it themselves. But in today's video, we have a brand new Horror Night Nightmares speculation map version 3.5. So recently released version 3 with a couple of different changes on the speculation map. Well, they released 3.5 because while there's not a lot of changes to the map, there are a lot of significant changes, if I should say. We get more of like a definitive look as to what the themes are gonna be, shows and the context with that, and different things that I want to talk about that I've been thinking about while looking at this map. And of course, if you are a horror fan and you are a Halloween Horror Nights fan, make sure that you stay tuned for all of our Midsummer Scream convention coverage. We'll be there 2 days, I believe, covering Saturday and Sunday. Not Scare Farm Horror Nights. We'll be interviewing Murdy himself. So if you want him to answer any questions, I can squeeze in the interview. Let us know down below in the comment section and subscribe for all of that coverage. But one thing that stands out to me a lot on this new speculation map that Horror Night Nightmares put out is the fact that there's not only a rumored show for the Waterworld location, which that's pretty much confirmed judging based on construction right now. There's absolutely no construction going on in the Waterworld queue. Typically by this time, we would start having the framing of facade going up. At least that's how it was last year with the Horrors of Blumhouse. This year, there's absolutely nothing, no walls or anything, so I think it's pretty safe to say we have a good possibility of a show being located in the Waterworld location. However, on top of that, there's a rumor for another show. And where this show located at? Well, it's located in the DreamWorks Theater. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. What exactly could work for a DreamWorks Theater show? Well, actually, I don't know why Universal hasn't thought of this before. I'll be really interested to see if this is actually true, and pretty excited to see if this is true as well, because think of the possibilities that they can do with a Horror Nights themed show in the DreamWorks Theater. I mean, I'm sure they can do a lot with the pre-show because they have a nice kind of Universal use pre-show in there that can just change up the screens and everything. And not only that, for those of you guys who have not seen the Kung Fu Panda show in the DreamWorks Theater location, you know there are screens like all around you, like on your side and everything. It's not completely 360, but there's definitely screens on your side and everything, and there's different effects and everything going on the side. There is some huge potential here for what they could put inside of the DreamWorks Theater. You know, lots of stuff could happen with this. Off the top of my head, they can do Stranger Things in there. They can have some form of immersive Stranger Things experience where the seats are moving, and maybe like when you're in the upside down, you feel it all cold in there and everything. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Another thing that I can think about is Blumhouse. Blumhouse could take over DreamWorks. You know, you can have a mixture of different Blumhouse properties in there. You can even maybe have it themed up to Megan. I don't know how they'd pull that off, but there's plenty of Blumhouse properties that they could put in DreamWorks as well. Honestly though, I would like to see the whole Stranger Things idea come to life, because with the DreamWorks Theater, there is so much different elements that they can control. Like I said, the atmosphere, the temperature in there, making it all cold when in the upside down. Obviously making the seats move, like if you're running from a Demogorgon, that would be really neat. The possibilities are endless, and I really hope that a show coming to DreamWorks Theater is true, because not only that will add another attraction, but it'll add something brand new to the event that we haven't seen before. So on top of the changes of the shows, we also have a potential name for the Parisian Courtyard location. Now, like I've talked about before, leading up to this and all the construction and everything, that I definitely think that this will be an original house. The facade right now looks nothing like something that you'd see in an intellectual property, and that's why I think that it definitely will be some form of original. Well, the name that they have listed on here is La Latruza, and if you don't know what that means, it essentially means an owl. The story of La Latruza is it was a witch who people didn't like, so they murdered her, and instead she came back to haunt them in this like kind of like bird form. Like she was a shapeshifter, and it was a terrifying bird, or an owl as some people describe. So I can only think of all the possibilities that they can pull off with this. Like, I know Murdy has such a demented mind when it comes to scaring the living crap out of people, and I 100%, no, I'm not going to say 100% because I'm not Universal. I 90% think that this will most likely get teased or announced at Midsummer Scream this weekend. Now, Murdy has promised an announcement this weekend. I do not think it will be a shared announcement with Orlando. I think that it will be a Hollywood exclusive, and that's why I think that La Lechuza will probably get announced this weekend. And the reason for that being is last year he gave us a lot of different looks into the planning for Scarecrow. Now, they did announce Scarecrow at the panel, so obviously we have that to look forward to. Could they be announcing another original? I think that if they announce this original there, then they'll touch up more on the concept of it, different elevations as far as like their artwork and everything goes. I think that it's a huge potential La Lechuza could get announced at the Midsummer Scream panel. And if you guys reference back to the older speculation maps, the icon on there was an owl. So did Horror Night Nightmares know something that we didn't? Guess we'll just have to wait and find out this weekend. Hopefully we get some reference as to what that Persian courtyard house is going to be, because I think that'd be the perfect theme for it. I mean, especially with the success that they did with the Mexican folklore in La Llorona last year. I cannot wait to see how they'll pull off, if this is true, La Lechuza. Of course, all the same properties are on there that we've seen before. Stranger Things, which has been announced. The Last of Us, which has also been announced. Holidays in Hell, not been announced, still a rumor. Evil Dead Rise, not been announced, still a rumor. Universal Monsters, not been announced, still a rumor. Chucky has been announced. We have The Exorcist, which I feel like it's gonna be Blumhouse's still, especially with the trailer just releasing and everything. I hope it's not the original, but I'm really, really hoping that it's The Exorcist Believer by Blumhouse. I mean, they have a good relationship with Blumhouse, so here's the hoping that it's a new Exorcist and not the OG that we've seen many times before. And then something new on there that we have is no longer Terror Tram celebrities. Instead, it's Terror Tram Exterminators. And if you guys don't know, Exterminators was a scare zone a few years back. I want to say it was 2015 or 2014. One of those years was Exterminators. It was in the upper scare zone, and Exterminators was a really good scare zone. I actually quite like the concept of it. You can actually see them reusing some of the Exterminators mask and everything in Toxic Tunnel and in the Weekends After Hours Nightmares last year. There's a little Easter egg there for one of the Exterminators mask. That's rumored to be the Terror Tram, which honestly I'm fine with. I was kind of confused on how they were going to pull off Terror Tram celebrities other than just theming it around Hollywood Harry, but I like the whole Exterminators theme a little bit better. I'll be curious to see what Stiltwalkers they pull off for Exterminators, and seeing some of my favorite costume and masks come to life once again. But as for Speculation Map version 3.5, that's all the changes that we noticed. If we missed something, let us know down below in the comments section. This will most likely be the final speculation map, as it looks like Horror Nights is going to start announcing stuff at a rapid pace now, since we're only like a month and a half away from the event. I know, crazy to say. Midsummer Scream will really set us in the mindset like, wow, haunt season is upon us. And it's the first time in a while that I've covered the convention 2 days. So I'll be pretty excited about that, because I'll have plenty of time to get plenty of coverage for all of you to enjoy. So with that being said, subscribe down below with those bell notifications on to not miss the coverage that we put out for you guys from Midsummer Scream. And let us know down below in the comments section what you're most excited about as far as this rumored lineup goes for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Hollywood. But as for today's video, leave it a like if you did enjoy it. And as always, my name is Scott, and you've been watching Exploring Attractions. Positivity is key. And most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace out, everybody.